Hello, nurses, and welcome to Nursing 611 Advanced Practice Health Assessment. This will be a little guided tutorial specifically for the course NURS611. I know most of you have been through the Blackboard instructions already and all the information, but this will just basically focus on this specific Blackboard course. So I will take you through a little guide. As you can see, I have opened the announcement section to our course, and here you will find all the announcements starting out this week, of course, with a welcoming announcement, giving you a little overview of what we are going to do throughout the semester. And you will also find a little welcome video from me, just telling a little bit about myself. Please make sure that you check the announcement section of the Blackboard course every week, at least once a week. I will also send out emails anytime that I post an announcement, so you should also definitely check your SPS email. Just so you know that all the announcements will come through this page, basically. If you go to the tab on the left-hand side, you will see the next tab is going to be instructor information. Here you can find a little bit about myself, my story, but more importantly, you will find my email address. I am very, very quick in responding to emails. I check them several times a day, so that is probably the quickest way to get a hold of me. I also have listed my cell phone number, so you can use that preferably during my virtual office hours, which are Monday 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. or by appointment. But if it's non-urgent, please use my email address and you will get a very quick response. The next tab you will see there is course information. In the course information, you will have starting out with the nursing policy handbook. Please make sure that you go through this handbook, and it basically will give you an overview of CUNY SPS courses and information about SPS in general, policy, procedures, etc. The next is a syllabus. If there's anything you're going to print out for this course, this would be my suggestion, to print out the syllabus just to have handy. It will not only give you an overview of assignments, etc., but also basically a week-to-week schedule of what is required from your end in terms of reading, other links to websites, etc., and also, of course, due dates for assignments, etc. You can download it as a Word document. Again, that's the only thing I suggest that you do print if you want to print anything. However, this information will also be in the weekly materials, which we'll go over next. Then you'll find our nursing textbooks. Basically, we have 3 textbooks for this course. Bates Guide to Physical Examination and History Taking, the 12th edition. Then we have Curley's and Vital's Population-Based Nursing Concepts and Competency for Advanced Practice. And finally, the Goldsby and Grubbs book, Advanced Health Assessment, Interpreting Findings and Formulating Different Diagnoses. So those 3 books are required for this course. In addition to that, you have the APA style book, which of course is going to be required for every assignment that you, and not only assignment, but also for discussion board, etc., that you do use APA style. Also, we have Bates Visual Guide to Physical Examination videos, which you will be using quite a bit throughout the semester. They will be available to you via library access, and I will show you the library tab a little bit later on in this video. Shadow Health Advanced Health Assessment, is a separate tab as well, and you have to sign up for Shadow Health, which is our virtual hospital that we're going to use throughout this course. So we'll get back to that in a minute as well. Next is the written assignment late submission policy. Before I even go to the how much you will lose per day if you're late with assignments, I will just strongly encourage you to notify me before any assignment is due if you have any event that is taking place. We know that there's certainly a life outside of this course, if you know that, for example, you have to go somewhere, there's a family situation or a personal situation, that will make it difficult for you to submit the assignment on time, please notify me in advance, and then we can, just basically agree on something for a late submission without a penalty. But if you just, do not submit by the due date without any excuse, there is a 10% day loss of points for every assignment. So just be aware of that. Next is what to expect from your instructors. So please read over this little Word document in terms of, for example, as your professor, I have to go on the discussion board on a daily basis, respond to questions, respond to emails within 24 to 48 hours, etc., etc. So make sure you read that as well. Academic integrity. This we take very, very serious at CUNY SPS in every single course. So please make sure you read that section. It's on page 18 in the Graduate Nursing Student Handbook. In addition to just reading that in terms of, what's plagiarism, etc., we are going to use something called Safe Assign for every assignment throughout this course. That means that when you submit an assignment, you submit it through Safe Assign, which will basically go through your entire paper and identify if anything has been copied from another resource or another student paper, etc. So if it's a significant amount of matches, it will pick up on that. It basically is for us, of course, to catch any plagiarism. So just make sure you reference all your material, and you should be fine in terms of that. CUNY SPS netiquette policy is the next, and then finally we have a message from Dr. Riley in CUNY SPS to the nursing students, and also a little addition to the academic integrity, how to quote versus paraphrasing in order to not plagiarize. So make sure that you watch those video clips as well. Next, in terms of the tabs, is our weekly material tab, and this will kind of match up with your syllabus, but this, in terms of the weekly materials, is much more detailed. So on a week-to-week basis, certainly feel free to do it ahead of time. Make sure that you read everything that is in the weekly materials for that week. So just starting with week 1, you have an overview of a health assessment. That is the topic, followed by the dates that we include for that week. Then you have the weekly tasks. So for week 1, the tasks is going to be due on Sunday the 27th. You have the Getting Acquainted forum, which I'll get to in the discussion board, but basically you're going to tell a little bit about yourself on the discussion board and post a picture, etc. And also you're going to sign the attestation of academic integrity policy that you have read that. That will also be done on the discussion board, which again I'll get back to in the discussion board tab. Also, you have to register for Shadow Health and also respond to the week 1 discussion board question. So in other words, a listing of all the tasks that are due for the week you will find in the weekly material. Make sure for every week that you click on the link, on the top, sorry about that, and then you will see the specific table of contents. So you will see the learning outcomes, which will list the objectives for that week. Also the reading and resources that you will go to, including any readings, web links, also slides, videos, multimedia that will be helpful for you, etc. And it can vary a little bit from week to week. So if we go back to the weekly material and take another example, for example, week 5, advanced health assessment of the cardiovascular system. Again, it will give you the tasks here on the front, but make sure that you click on the link and it will give you more specifics in terms of learning outcomes, slides, video, multimedia to use, and reading web links. Okay. Next tab is going to be the assignments. So here you will have a list, first, again, stressing the academic integrity, then the late submission policy, which we all went over already, And then you will have the rubrics to start with. First, you have the discussion board rubric, which is a Word document, but you will also find it in the discussion board. So anytime you submit to the discussion board, you will see the rubric and the expectations in terms of getting the maximum point when you are posting to the discussion board. So it's very clearly here written here what is expected from you. You will also find a folder here with the assignment rubrics. So basically you have every rubric for every assignment that you can look at before or while you're making the assignment. But also under the assignment tab, you will find the individual rubrics as you are uploading the assignment. So I will show you that in a minute. These are Word documents. So again, you can just have those on the side while you're writing the different assignments. And then you have a listing of the assignments. So for example, here is the genogram, the first assignment that you actually will have to do, and it is going to give us all the directions of what the expectations are. Also some web links to helpful websites that might be needed while making the assignments. And then once you have done the assignment and used the rubric from the rubric folder, make sure that you look over that before you're ready to submit the assignment. Go under the specific assignment link. So for example, here in Genogram, you will see the due date. You can here get the rubric again, view the rubric. And then when you're ready to submit, you have a Browse My Computer button that you can upload the Word document. Automatically, when you submit the assignment, it will go through the Safe Assign. So you're basically agreeing that Safe Assign is going to analyze your paper and making sure that there's no plagiarism. And then you can actually see the percentage of anything that has been matched. So for every assignment, you will see this setup basically for submission. In terms of the discussion board tab, you will see that we start out with Ask Your Instructor. This is basically a forum where if you have any question about anything in this course, please go on to this forum and ask it, because if you have a question, then most likely most of the other students will have a question or a similar question as well. So then when I respond to that, everybody will see it, rather than if you email it to me, then only you will get the response. First week, we're going to get acquainted. So this is where you're going to tell a little bit about yourself and also upload a picture. That is part of the required assignment for week 1. Sorry. Also, you're going to sign that you read the academic integrity policy attestation. So you do that as well on the discussion board forum. Then you will see week 1, week 3. Whenever there is a discussion board assignment due, you will see the whole assignment for that week, and you just respond to the question, and then you're going to have at least two responses to fellow classmates throughout that week. So make sure again that you read the discussion board rubric to meet all the requirements to get the maximum points. So it's very clearly written out week by week. Shadow Health, that is our virtual hospital that we're going to use. You're going to meet Miss Tina Jones, who you're going to deal with throughout the semester. And here are all the resources for how to sign up. It's including the student PIN. There is a fee to sign up for this virtual hospital and this site. By reading through the sign-up instruction, it is very easy to log in, and once you're in the virtual hospital, you will get an orientation, etc. Also, I have a listing here of all the assignments that are due throughout the semester. We will use it quite a bit in this course because it is very helpful, and you have also a folder with the Shadow Health guidelines. Finally, ePortfolio. We basically are going to, if you don't have an ePortfolio already, if you were a student here before, you will have an ePortfolio and you can continue to use that. But if not, this is how to create one, and we will have a signature assignment that will go into your ePortfolio for this semester. So that is basically it for this course. Just a little overview. I'm sure there's going to be many questions as we're going through the course, but don't hesitate to contact me for any question that you have. Again, the best thing in the beginning, at least, is to use the discussion board, Ask Your Instructor forum, because many of you are going to have very similar questions. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and be part of this course online. Take care.